It's the latest in a never-ending string of X-Men movies, but that doesn't mean it's bad. We'll take a look at X-Men Apocalypse.
Talk about never-ending. A fourth Sharknado movie exists. Seriously, here's VOD starts right now.
Hello and welcome to Here is VOD. I'm Haley Wilgus.
And I'm Daniel Feingold. Tired of schlepping to the movie theater for a film you're just not so sure about? No, you've never had that experience? Well, either way, we're here to give you a preview of the latest selections available on demand.
All of these movies you can watch from the comfort of your own home. You don't even have to pay for those expensive movie tickets.
That's very true, and that includes a title you or your child are probably familiar with, the BFG.
Steven Spielberg brings this classic children's book to the big screen.
What kind of a monster are you?
Bone cruncher, child chewer, meat dripper, gizzard gulper, butcher boy.
Please don't eat me.
You think because I'm a giant that I'm a man gobbling cannibal? You can call me the big friendly giant.
Oh my.
I catch dreams. This one sounds like you.
There are bad dreams here too.
Yeah.
Run.
Sophie, hide.
You has a delicious little bean.
Are you scared?
Yeah.
I'm not.
Reviews were good, not great, which is a letdown considering this is a Steven Spielberg film. The Washington Post found that Spielberg was strangely out of step with this one.
Richard Roper of the Chicago Sun-Times wondered if this was his least favorite Spielberg movie. But that said, the animation is top-notch and critics liked the movie's heart.
RogerEbert.com says the BFG remembers what it's like to see with the eyes of a child, while the Philadelphia Inquirer said it has a dreamlike quality.
Critics also had some love for Mark Rylance, who plays the big, friendly giant.
Steven Spielberg approached me on the set of Bridge of Spies and asked me if I'd read BFG.
Mark had such profound range as an actor. And I wanted the BFG to look super photorealistic.
I was hearing all the secret whisperings of the world.
And the only way I could capture that was to animate him based on Mark's performance. Mark, as the BFG, really touched my heart.
All comes down to
While this may not be Spielberg's best, it's still Spielberg.
The New York Post called the BFG a visually dazzling treat, and we agree. We're going to give it 3 out of 5 stars.
Yes, and you can tell obviously just from the trailer how great the visuals are. The animation is really cool, and they use kind of like that stop motion thing which is super weird to me still. They've been doing it for what, I don't know, a decade at least now.
Yeah.
It's still super weird to me how they do it with video games and movies.
It's pretty crazy.
Well, next up, we have a movie that's definitely not for children, but rather one you're going to need to make sure your kids don't watch.
The third installment in the Purge franchise, which is set in an America where all crime is legal for one night of the year. It brings politics into the fold.
The Purge targets the poor and the innocent.
The Senator's going to win, and she's going to make real changes, too.
It is a night that is defining our country.
It's time to do something about that, Senator.
The Purge has to come to an end.
You take a lot of risks, Senator.
I have to. I was the only one in my family to survive. What made you apply for this position?
I almost did something on Purge night some years back. I want this night gone.
I want men in all these rooms. We got eyes and ears on everything.
All right, let's begin.
This is your emergency broadcast system announcing the commencement of the annual Purge. At the siren, all crime, including murder, will be legal for 12 hours. Your government thanks you for your participation.
Someone betrayed us. This is not a drill.
We are on our own. We have one goal right now. Survival.
Senator, come with us.
It's not often that the third movie in a franchise gets more favorable reviews than the first one, but here we are. The Seattle Times called this the biggest, baddest, berserkest purge yet.
Frighteningly, some critics compared it to our political climate, with the San Francisco Chronicle saying the, quote, plot ties perfectly into current events. Jeez.
Okay, I don't know about perfectly,
luckily. Yeah, it's
going a little far, but some critics felt the violence was too over the top or that this installment didn't have much new to offer. But for the most part, reviews were positive. Entertainment Weekly found it tense and effective.
The Purge election year gets 3 stars from us. It's on demand now, and certainly if you liked either of the first two, it's a safe bet you'll like this one as well. And I was telling you while the trailer was rolling, this is a guilty pleasure of mine.
Which is scary.
Yes, I will admit that is scary. The concept is so creepy and horrifying. And I will say,
I think
going back,
the word you used was cool. And I thought,
for a movie,
okay.
For a movie.
Yeah,
but and to go back to one of those reviews saying how close it is to current events, let's not get carried away here. I don't think America is to that point.
No,
of
we've had
having
some interesting things happen, but not that level.
Yeah. Let's take let's take a look at a diamond in the rough.
Here's the trailer for the indie French film Microbe and Gasoline.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 et merde. Ah, t'es différent, Daniel.
Différent, je vais être comme tout le monde.
Ça va être ouvert.
Le copain, il a un nom. Ah oui, Gasoil. On évolue dans un contexte merdique, on peut pas s'épanouir.
C'est accepté, on se taille.
Si on y ajoute des roues, qu'est-ce que ça fait? On se fabrique une voiture. Une maison avec des roues?
Exactement. C'est fou! Ça va peut-être un peu beaucoup les géraniums.
Bah, je sais pas si c'est une idée de génie ou si c'est complètement débile. Ça fait tellement amoureux, Daniel. C'est quand même très compliqué comme mec.
Mais laisse-moi tranquille!
Ça vient d'arriver d'avoir une indépendance absolue?
T'arrêtes pas, accélère!
Simply put, we've got a winner. Critics responded well to the film, and that's not surprising since it comes from the director who did Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. The Los Angeles Times thought he, quote, brings a sense of heartfelt nostalgia, pathos, and humor.
Heartfelt, that's definitely something that comes through in the trailer and even more so in the film. The Hollywood Reporter noted its carefree spirit, while the Washington Post called it one of the most heartfelt and simple films that this director has done in years.
There are plenty of coming-of-age dramedies out there each year, but Microbe and Gasoline is one of the good ones.
So we're going to go with 4 out of 5 stars.
Yes, it's not easy to make a good coming-of-age story because there are so many.
So many of
when you
them,
get good reviews and people like it, that is definitely an accomplishment.
A ringing endorsement,
yes.
yeah.
Well, coming up next, our featured film, X-Men Apocalypse.
And later, another video game turned movie. It has a solid cast of voice actors, but will Final Fantasy appeal to non-video game junkies? We'll take a look.
This is the story of a boy who is very sensitive to lights and sounds. So he built secret hiding places where nothing could get in. The boy didn't like looking people in the eye. It made him feel uncomfortable. One day, he found out he had something called autism. His family got him help. And slowly, he learned how to live with it better.
Early intervention can make a lifetime of difference. Learn the signs at autismspeaks.org.
Designers do it with style.
Tell me what's going on here, because
Why, you don't like my hair?
The Mark and Mandy Show. In-depth design ideas.
What is up with the tuck tape here? Let's cover it up.
Amazing beauty and fashion tips.
So Halle Berry has amazing skin. Her secret is coffee grounds.
No.
Delicious recipes.
Today, I'm gonna show you a special dish that is sure to please that special someone in your life.
Watch The Mark and Mandy Show right here on your favorite channel.
Families come in all sizes and shapes. Sometimes your friends are your family by choice, or sometimes you're just stuck with Uncle Charles. But what we know is that you want to protect the people that are close to you, but the flu can unravel everything. Your flu vaccine protects you and your family. No matter what draws your family together, protect yourself, protect your family. Everyone needs a flu vaccine.
They're back in our featured film of the week. The X-Men reunite to take on their greatest villain yet in X-Men Apocalypse.
They have to stop the villain named Apocalypse from destroying the Earth because that's just how these things go.
I saw the end of the world. I could feel all this death.
Jean, it was just a dream.
You wander through the willows in the forest you have found.
I've been called many things over many lifetimes.
Trying to hide.
Ram, Krishna, Yahweh.
Ever since the world found out about mutants, there have been secret societies who see them as some kind of second coming or sign of God. They believe that tens of thousands of years ago, an ancient being was born, the world's first
mutant. You are all my children, and you're lost because you follow blind leaders. But I am here now. I'm here for you.
Wherever this being was, he always had 4 followers he would imbue with power.
Like the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse. You got that one from the Bible.
Or the Bible got it from him.
What is it? Oh, God. He can control all of us.
Charles!
The world needs the X-Men.
That's why I'm here, to fight.
Not all of us can control our powers.
Then don't. This is war.
Everything they built will fall! And from the ashes of their world, we'll build a better one!
I've never felt power like this before.
Sweet music. Well, usually with superhero movies, the villain needs to be as interesting as the good guys themselves. So let's hear from director Bryan Singer on the Apocalypse character a little more.
Apocalypse is sort of an ancient entity who enters the body of different mutants as he grows older, so he can rejuvenate himself and survive for the millennia. And with each mutant he enters, he takes their powers. So he's acquired over thousands of years multiple powers.
A lot of enthusiasm from Singer about Apocalypse, and the movie in general. Reviews were mixed, though.
There were a few critics who feel the franchise is getting a bit stale. USA Today called this X-meh. And the New York Times wrote, for every lively moment, there is a reminder that the franchise is tiring.
But don't worry, there are also plenty of positive reviews. The San Francisco Chronicle doesn't think the series is running out of steam. They said that with some great action, it's one of the best X-Men films. The Chicago Sun-Times also applauded the visuals and performances.
There's still some life left in the X-Men franchise. Apocalypse gets 3 stars from us, so check it out on demand. And coming up next, we'll take a trip to Havana and meet Ernest Hemingway.
It's based on a true story. Papa, Hemingway in Cuba, is on the other side of the break.
Have you ever wondered what it's like to save a life? Find out by donating platelets at Suncoast Blood Bank.
I'm Haley Wilgus, ABC7. Platelets aid in the clotting process and are vital in the treatment of cancer and surgical patients, trauma victims, and critically ill newborns. It's tough to keep enough on the shelves because they only last 5 days. To donate, call this number or visit scbb.org and you can help save a life.
ABC7 congratulates Suncoast Blood Bank on 65 years of serving our community. On the next Black Almanac.
We hear people say, I never even knew that this place even exists. And that speaks volume to us. We're bringing that recognition to them. And we're also proud to announce that it's owned by an African American. And so those are the type of testimonials we hear. And I think that's something that is definitely a test to why we need it to be in existence.
Sunday morning at 7:30 on ABC7.
I am the resident district manager on the FAU campus for Chartwell. Whenever I see Haley, I do not see a person with a disability. I see a person with extraordinary abilities. Haley is always smiling. She's always on time. She gives fantastic customer service and is always focused on any job that she's given.
Hi, this is Dan Marino. When your business recruits people with disabilities, everybody wins. To find out how, go to disabilitieswork.employflorida.com.
Our next film is a period piece.
It's called Papa, Hemingway in Cuba, and it is indeed shot in Cuba, the first American film to do so since the 50s.
Deb, what are you doing?
This is a beautiful letter.
Do you always read other people's mail?
No, I saw the address on the envelope. Ernest and Hemingway, San Francisco de Paula, Cuba. If I got this letter, I'd fall in love with you instantly.
Well, it wasn't addressed to you.
You're just afraid to send it, aren't you?
City desk, Myers.
This is Ernest Hemingway.
Oh, really? This is Ernest Hemingway?
I got your letter. Hello?
Yes, sir.
It's a good letter. You like to fish?
He's the biggest tourist attraction in Cuba.
You look just like the old man of the sea.
Thank you for sending the letter.
You're welcome.
They fed me rum daiquiris on the plane. I'm half bombed.
Not a bad way to start the day. Come on, let's go find you a fish.
I knew that I wanted to be a writer, so I copied your short stories. It taught me how to type. It taught me the English language. It taught me how to see.
I tell you what kind of kid he'd be.
I'm not sure it knows what he's getting himself into.
What's going on? A friend just called. You want a good story? Damn war. A lousy way to settle politics.
Somebody very powerful at the FBI is out to burn Hemingway. They want him out of Cuba.
You don't get run out of your house, you defend it.
I have the feeling they're not telling funny stories out there.
These people are ruthless.
We're not going fishing today, are we? Oh, my God.
Coast Guard coming right at us.
You're double-crossing me. You met with your FBI contact. We're all gonna die sometime, kid.
You don't have to do this.
The only value we have as human beings are the risks we're willing to take.
There's a pretty substantial split when it comes to how critics and moviegoers viewed this film. It was generally liked by the latter, but critics did not feel the same way.
The Washington Post notes that the film was a pretty great story to work with, but that there are continuity errors all over the place. The New York Times called it more artifact than art.
It doesn't get better from there. The Hollywood Reporter called the settings authentic, but the dialogue not so much. And going further, the Miami Herald thought there wasn't a single honest moment in the movie. They call it colonial colossally misguided.
Well, this received little praise. Some of the, quote, reviews weren't all that bad. For instance, the Chicago Sun-Times called it a beautiful movie to look at, but says it's lacking clear vision.
That seems to be the consensus here, so we're going to go with 2 stars. It's on demand now. And now for something totally different, let's check out a computer animated movie based on a video game from the popular and enduring Final Fantasy series.
Just how enduring? It's called Kingsglaive, Final Fantasy 15.
Lucis, a peaceful kingdom of great magic. Niflheim, a military empire of vast machinery. For centuries, the sacred magic of the divine crystal blessed our world and its people. But in time, the promise of its power brought war to our lands. The fires came, everywhere and all at once.
I am too old to fight this war. I have no choice but to receive the Empire and accept their treaty.
It's a whole fleet of airships, 6.
It's a trap!
An Imperial fleet.
20 miles to the south.
General Glock, why are you here?
You are far too clever to have ever believed in this peace.
Some of the voice work here is done by Aaron Paul, Sean Bean, and Lena Headey. But the most notable thing is probably how cool the animation is. It really is just like a video game on the big screen.
And that's not really a good thing when it comes to anything else aside from the visuals. The LA Times finds that the animation and action scenes eventually wear off. And not surprisingly, with a video game flick, they note the lack of story and character development.
The New York Times simply called it too ludicrous for words. The Hollywood Reporter just flat out wondered who would choose to pay to sit through it.
But again, this is another movie in which moviegoers may disagree with what critics are saying, especially if those moviegoers are fans of Final Fantasy.
That's, of course, who the film is targeting. The visuals are cool, the action good enough. So we've got to kind of know what to expect when you're going to see this. We'll give it 2 stars. It's on demand now.
And we have one more movie left, so don't go anywhere.
Why? Because we all must bask in the glory that is Sharknado: The Fourth Awakens. Get it? The title is a Star Wars spoof. Get it? We'll be right back.
How long have we been married, dear?
For 76 years.
He was kind and generous to me before we married, and he was kind and generous to me all these years. We decided on Meals on Wheels because I was getting to the point where I couldn't do all the things that I had been able to do. We're the Spans. America, let's do lunch.
Drop off a hot meal and say hello. Volunteer by donating your lunch break at americaletsdolunch.org.
Monday on ABC 7 News at 7.
It's sort of an urban legend that rears its ugly head once every 5 to 10 years. And they're definitely not clowns who are dressing up to scare people.
Creepy clowns have been appearing nationwide, and it is no laughing matter. We'll have reaction from our circus community. I'm Alan Cohn. We'll have that story plus our roundtable discussion.
Monday on ABC 7 News at 7. Your Suncoast News. We're here for you.
Let SWC Properties sell your home today. Take advantage of this great market and sell your home for the most amount of money in the least amount of time. SWC Properties gives you the benefit of full-service marketing that sells your home faster with the fewest hassles. There are no hidden fees, and now for a limited time we'll list your home for 50% off. Wouldn't it feel great to save thousands and feel confident with your move? Give us a call for details or visit swcproperties.com and contact us for free information packet and find out why. It's simple. We just market your home better.
Ugly.
Fat.
Big eyes.
Dweeb. Useless.
Things that should never be said.
Shut it down. We are all beautiful.
We are strong.
We are powerful.
Be loud. Be proud.
We have the power to put an end to bullying.
So go ahead, be you.
Be bold, be different,
be inspired.
Choose to stand up against bullies. Choose to be brave. Choose kindness.
Choose kindness.
Last and probably least, the 4th Sharknado movie.
Speak for yourself. Sharknado: The Fourth Awakens is available on demand, and we could give you the plot and try to catch you up on what happened in the first 3, but why do that? It's Sharknado. Just watch and enjoy.
Get ready
for a new chapter in the greatest cinematic franchise of all time. No, not that one. This one.
After 5 years without a Sharknado attack, they're back.
Residents and tourists are urged at this time to get inside.
We will keep our viewers informed as more details emerge from yet another catastrophic event.
It's the sequel to the sequel of the sequel to the greatest movie about sharks and tornadoes that's ever existed. You gotta be kidding me. At this time, buckle up.
We're all gonna die!
What happens in Vegas?
Looks like we got company.
There's a Sharknado coming!
Sure as hell won't stay there.
San Francisco, Salt Lake, and Seattle, they were all attacked by a tornado.
That's you.
Oil-nado!
We gotta get out of here.
Are we able to get rid of all the Sharknadoes in the U.S.?
It's not working.
This isn't gonna cut it.
We're gonna need something bigger to get near that storm.
I love you, Pete Shepard, you crazy bastard. Go! Move it!
Go, 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 go. Run away from the Sharknado.
Sharknado, The Fourth Awakens.
Two very true assertions in that trailer. One, the greatest cinematic franchise of all time, no doubt, and the greatest movie about sharks and tornadoes that's ever existed. I don't think there's any disputing that.
Yeah, maybe the latter one. But in actuality, critics responded like you might expect, not well. And that's not to say the entire series has been panned, despite how ridiculous it is. The first two actually got decent reviews.
But this time around, no such luck. The AV Club says this was a guilty pleasure at one point, but the fun is now gone.
The New York Times thought it was, quote, all over the place, both geographically and in its confused, unfocused storytelling.
I think that's probably analyzing it too much. RogerEbert.com admitted this. This is no good. Fans of the series still may get a kick out of it. I know I will. And Newsday labeled it beyond way over the top, but that's okay because it's in on the joke.
That's the point of it, right? You're supposed to make fun of it as you watch it. So we'll go with 2 stars. If you really love these things, you might as well go all in on this
I do. 1 through 4. I'm a fan. Go for it.
So keep on going. Sharknado 5.
Yeah, let's do it. Well, that's all for this week, but before we go, let's recap the movies we went over. Microbe and Gasoline got 4 stars. That was our highest mark.
And then our 3-star films are The BFG, The Purge Election Year, and X-Men Apocalypse.
And with just 2 stars, there's Final Fantasy 15, Papa, Hemingway in Cuba, and Sharknado, The Fourth Awakens.
And make sure to visit our website, here is VOD.com, for information on these films on demand, plus many more. You can sign up for our free newsletter. Until next week, I'm Haley Wilgus.
And I'm Daniel Feingold. Thanks for tuning in, and enjoy the movies.
If you want 24/7 access to ABC7's breaking news stories, weather forecasts, traffic alerts, health reports, Suncoast View, and more ABC7 programming, now there's good news. Introducing the free ABC7 channel on Amazon Fire TV. Your 24/7 access to ABC7. Just search ABC7 on the streaming device and download the free ABC7 channel app. Or if you don't have an Amazon Fire TV, you can get one at Amazon.com.
My name's Emma. I am 15. I was bullied all through middle school. That's when I was diagnosed with depression, anxiety, and an eating disorder.
It's like I'm stuck. It's like impossible to move. And I just feel like people just will think I'm making it up.
You need to tell someone because people do care and you're not alone. I don't think depression makes me a bad person. I think it makes me stronger.
On air, online, and on your mobile device, this hurricane season turn to the official Suncoast Storm team at ABC7. We're here for you.